Have you just gotten into the pallet flipping game and want to get into Amazon and actually sell on Amazon? I'm going to be showing you what my experience has been with Fulfillment by Amazon and Seller Fulfilled by Amazon coming up. What is up, beautiful people? TJ here with another episode. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about FBA, which is Fulfillment by Amazon. I've made so many videos about Fulfillment by Amazon in the past. However, this is a little bit different spin on it because we're actually talking about selling liquidation items or items that you get off a liquidation pallet on Amazon. I kind of want to address this because I've gotten a few questions about it, and I want to make sure that people understand exactly what my stance is for selling those liquidation items on Amazon. Now you can do Fulfillment by Amazon, which is where you send the items off to Amazon, you stick a label on it, you send it off, and then you're good. You also can do seller fulfill, which means you can just list it on Amazon and you have to physically ship the items yourself. So there's a couple different ways that you can do that. So here's my stance on Amazon and liquidation pallets. So Amazon has very strict categories, very strict terms and conditions, very strict rules on every single thing that has to do with listing or has to do with selling on Amazon. And one of the specific things that they talk about is if you're selling items on Amazon, they want them to be items that you got straight from the manufacturer. So you're selling a widget from widget company A. They want you to actually have purchased those items, those widgets from widget company A, and had them wholesale to yourself. So that way, whenever you're selling it to somebody else, it's just between you and widget company A. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're always going to be in that situation. Now, there's a lot of people that sell on Amazon that don't necessarily have that chain of custody. They don't necessarily go to widget company A and purchase. They may purchase from a wholesaler, which purchases from multiple widget companies, which widget company A could be included in that company, and then they sell them to you. So there's a couple of different things with that, and purchasing items through liquidation is like kind of a big no-no to sell on Amazon for a lot of people, because you have broken that chain of custody, meaning you don't know where that item came from. It came maybe from a store, or it may have came from a big box store. It may have come from Amazon itself, or it may have been a customer return from a different place. So you don't necessarily know exactly where those items came from, but you just have to be willing to take that risk if you want to sell on Amazon. Now, the reason I've chosen to take this risk is because I've sold on Amazon for so long. I've talked with Amazon a couple times about this. Their story doesn't necessarily add up as to what they want, even though it does say in the terms and conditions exactly what they mean by that. But if you have to interact with customer service, they sometimes give you a little bit different story. I definitely don't want you to do anything that's going to jeopardize your business, so I want to give you all sides of it so that you know where I'm coming from and where Amazon is coming from. So the way that Amazon sees it and the companies that sell directly to Amazon sees it, so if they see a person that comes in as a liquidator, a lot of people that are liquidators, especially if you're new, you don't necessarily understand the pricing and how the prices, you're driving yourself down on the prices just to get the item to move. So a lot of times if you purchase wholesale, they do give you a price gap, which they gives you a price like bottom. That means this is the lowest price that you can advertise and offer this item for. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have to 100% stick to that, but if you want to do business with that wholesaler or that company in the future, you will have to stick to those rules and regulations. Now, a lot of people that are new liquidators and new resellers, they kind of want to get the items in and out. They may have only paid $1 or $2 for these items, so they don't necessarily want to stick to $60 being the minimum that they can sell this item for. They rather sell it for $40 and boom, get it gone. For me, whenever I get an item on a liquidation pallet, it's in a brand new condition. It's available to be sold on Amazon to be sent in. I don't have any problem with sending that into Amazon if the item is 100% in the condition that I say it's in. If it's in brand new condition, it's never been opened, the package is real good, I will send it off to Fulfillment by Amazon. I don't have any problem with that. One of the reasons that I don't have a problem with that is because I don't put all of my eggs in one basket. So if me and my sister were kicked off of Amazon for some reason because they said, you know, you lost chain of custody, you can't show where you purchased these items from, you don't have an accurate manifest, or whatever the case may be that they say that we did not do to meet their terms and conditions, we'll just sell our stuff on eBay. We'll sell our stuff on our store. We'll sell our stuff on Facebook Marketplace. We're on Mercari. We're on all these different marketplaces. So Amazon is just a small portion of what we do and what we sell. And then we don't try to outprice everybody. We make sure we choose a price, the lowest price that we're available and willing to go to on Amazon, and we don't try to drive the price down. So Amazon knows when you're doing this. They will send you an email. They will suppress your listing. You know, if you are selling a $100 item for $15, they're not going to allow you to do that because they don't want that price to go down so low. Even though they do want people to have the lowest, you know, the lowest purchase price, they don't want to be like bottomed out. Another thing is if you have multiples. This is one thing that I've learned. If you have multiples of one item and they are in brand new condition, shelf pulls, you know, case pack, things like that, and you have multiples of them, I personally would not list a whole bunch of one specific item. And the reason I say this is because that gives the company that you're selling from an opportunity to find your listing and say, hey, this person didn't purchase this from us, you know. And like I said, this is not me trying to do anything like sneaky or anything like that, because they 100% have every right to come to my listing and say, hey, we're going to suppress this listing because you lost chain of custody of this item, and we need you to send proof. And I won't be able to provide that proof. I can provide them a manifest of where I purchased it from, but they may not take that because they have a very strict terms of service for selling on Amazon. So I said all this to say, if you want to get into Amazon, I'm not going to hold you back. I'm not going to tell you, no, you can't sell on Amazon. But what I will tell you is my personal experience. I've had a couple of times where companies have come in and, you know, submitted like a counterfeit claim. I believe that's what they submit. And out of the 3 times that I've had those companies do that, I've had 2 of them taken off by Amazon by providing them with just my manifest that I got from wherever I purchased the stuff from. And said, hey, I purchased this item from this company, and, you know, here's where I paid for it with my money, and, you know, if this is not good enough, then just let me know. And they normally take that off. I've only had one time where they did not take that off, and it's because I didn't have a manifest to kind of show them. However, I did get them to send me my stuff back. You know, a lot of times they'll hold your stuff. If you send it into Fulfillment by Amazon and then it's held in some kind of counterfeit claim case or something like that, they'll keep your merchandise until you prove that it's, you know, that you paid for it and that it's actually legitimate goods. Even though you still probably won't be able to sell it on Amazon, they're not gonna send it back to you so you can sell it anywhere else. So you really have to keep those things in mind. And if you are a new seller and you're not savvy enough with Amazon or with reselling in general, I wouldn't tell you to jump into Amazon unless you are private labeling, which that is going to a company and manufacturing the product and putting your label on it and selling it that way, because that's the only surefire way, other than, you know, wholesaling and purchasing from a lot of different companies and actually wholesaling to Amazon, which you can do. That is very legitimate business to do. I think just a lot of people don't have those connections to purchase wholesale or to purchase private label items and sell them on Amazon. So that is all I want to say about Amazon. I don't really have a lot of stuff to kind of show you with Fulfillment by Amazon other than that. If you want to see any videos I made about Fulfillment by Amazon in the past, you can definitely check out this playlist. It has all the Fulfillment by Amazon videos that I've made in the past about different things that you can sell on Amazon. I've done private labeling, I've done wholesaling, I've done all the different kinds of things to send into Amazon. So now it's just different. It's just liquidation palette stuff that I'm selling on Amazon. So that is going to be it. If you like these types of videos, please like, share, subscribe. I really appreciate it. Also hit that bell icon so you can get notifications whenever I release new videos. I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.